NCERT 10th real numbers, first chapter. So let's do some basics. So what do you understand by prime number? So I know, so prime numbers are those numbers that which are divisible by itself or either 1. इसके सिर्फ दो ही फैक्टर होते हैं, 1 या ये खुद, दो ही फैक्टर होंगे. सिमिलरली आप और भी प्राइम नंबर ले सकते हैं. 13 has got 1 as factor and 13. No other factor is there. So prime number starts from 2. This is the only prime number which is even, and no other prime number is even. All other even numbers are composite numbers. So prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. I know that you very much aware of all these things. So these are prime numbers. So what are composite numbers? So composite number means which has got at least one more factor, 1 itself, as well as one, if one more factor is there, any other, or maybe more than that, so then it is a composite. So first composite number will be 4 because it has got one factor, 4 itself and 2. So this is the first composite number. So after 5 you will have 6, another composite number, and this will go on. So composite number means which has got minimum 3 factors, and maximum it can have more factors also. So real number are of two types, rational and irrational. So rational numbers are, you can write down in the form of P by Q, where Q should not be equal to 0. They are of two types, either they are terminating. Terminating means, you know, when you divide 15 by 2, you know that when you divide it, so finally you will get remainder 0. So that is called terminating division. So these numbers are terminating. So 15 by 2 is a rational number. Another one is 10 by 3. So when you divide 10 by 3, you will get 3.333 ... That means this division will continue. So it means you can write it in this form, 3.3 bar. So they are, you can say, non-terminating but repeating. So what are irrational numbers? They are non-terminating and as well as non-recurring or non-repeating. For example, root 2, root 3, root 5, lot of numbers are irrational numbers. So in the first chapter, you have few basic things we are looking, and let's go to NCERT. NCERT theorem number 1, it states that Euclid division lemma. So what is Euclid division lemma? You are given with two positive integers a and b. They are two numbers. So as per Euclid division lemma, if you have two integers a and b, there exists a unique integer q. A is equal to b multiplied by q plus r. So Euclid division lemma says that it will satisfy this equation. So how? Suppose these are the two numbers. So bigger number should be a. So keep it here. Now the second number is b. Consider it as a divisor. So this will be as a quotient, and finally this will remainder. So what will be the value of r? When you divide a number with another smaller number, remainder is always either equal to 0 or greater than 0, and but always less than divisor. Why? Suppose you are dividing it by 13 divided by 4. So this is your remainder. When you are dividing it by 4, if your a is 13, b is 4. So how you can write down? So a is equal to 4 into 3 bq plus r, and its value is, because you are dividing it by 4, its value will either 0 or less than 4, because it cannot be equal to 4. Why? Because if it is equal to 4, that means you can divide one more time. So it should be less than that. Remainder can only be 1, 2 or 3 Otherwise, if it is 4, it means you can divide it by 4 also. So what does it mean by 2? So if you change this number 13 to 14, again same divisor, you will get 2 remainder. Then you will change it to 15, you will get 3 remainder. But if you take 16 and you divide by 4, then you can see it will divide completely. Then you come back to same position, that your remainder will be 0. So either if you are dividing it by 4, so remainders can only be 0, 1, 2 and 3. Practically this is the thing. So it means if your remainder, if your divisor is 5, so value of R will be either equal to 0 or greater than 0, but should be less than 5. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, if it is 6, then it means value of R will be greater than and equal to 0 and less than 6 till 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is HCF and what is LCM? Now, HCF means highest common factor. You can also call it GCD, greatest common divisor. If you have two numbers 4 and 2, so highest common factor will be 2, because this is the number which is the highest, which is the biggest number, because they have different factors like 1, 2 and 4. It has got 1 and 2. So if you see common 2 as well as 1, so highest means between these two, higher is 2, so answer will be 2. So highest common factor you can find by prime factorization method, you can find by division method. This is a simple question. You can take bigger one also. So this will be the HCF. This is division method. I think you already know it from 7th, 8th. So your HCF in that case will be 2. So this is called HCF or GCD. So we can also use Euclid division lemma to find HCF of two numbers. When a bigger number A is 82, suppose, and smaller number B is 16, so 82 will be equal to, because you are dividing it by 16, 16 into 5, 80 plus remainder. Now, so when you open it like this, like dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, in next line the B will become A, that means dividend here, and the remainder here will become divisor, that means B. It will take the position of B. Now you think by which number you will multiply, that is Q, 8. So what you will get the remainder, because 8 to the 16 minus 16 will be, remainder will be 0. So when you will get 0, whatever number is here is your HCF. So this is the method how you can find with the help of Euclid division lemma the HCF when two numbers are given to you. Let's take some another examples. But there are two numbers with you. So bigger number is here. So this is your A. That will be B will be 42. You think by which number you should multiply, that you should get closer number to it, that will be 420. So remainder will be less than this, that will be 35. Now you know the B will become A here and the remainder will become B over here. Now just think by which number you will multiply it and what remainder you will get. Again same procedure. Bring 35 over here, remainder bring here. By which number you will multiply closer to 35, that will be 35, 7 5 is 35, you will get remainder 0. So this number will be HCF by Euclid division lemma method. Got it? Let's do example number 1, NCERT. Example number 1. So two numbers are given here, 12,500 76 4052. So bigger one is this, so this is your A. Now this will be your divisor, that is B. So by which number you should multiply, that should be very much closer to it, and whatever will be the remainder, multiply by 3, calculate it on rough paper, and you will get this remainder. Now you know this B will become A here in next line, and remainder will become divisor. By which number you will multiply this, and what remainder you will get, you can calculate. Again this 420 will bring here, this remainder will become your divisor. By which number you will multiply and what remainder will come, you can calculate by doing it on paper. Then you will bring again and again, you have to do same thing. This number you have to bring as a dividend. Now by which number you will multiply? So 148 will come here. Now 124 into 1. So 24 5 are 120 plus 4. Now 24 will come here. This remainder will become divisor. By which number you will multiply? 4 6 are 24. What remainder you will get in this case? 0. So final step is this. So who is divisor here? 4. So what does it mean? These two numbers HCF will be 4. This is example number 1. You can do it by yourself also by calculations. Now let's go to example number 2. If we're going to example number 2, let's understand how we are dividing this. So take your number A here and 4052 on rough paper like this. So when you take 3 here, you can see when you multiply by 3 4052 and subtract it, what number you will get. So this is your remainder. So remainder will come here. So this your the number by which you are dividing it. So this number will come here, and quotient is this. You will bring this number here. Now next step is that this number B and this number A. Now take this B number to the position of A. Again you have to follow the same thing, and the remainder, this will become your B. So now you write down 4052 divide by 420. Now you can see this is the remainder. So that's why you have got 272 here. 420 is this and 9 is here. I think you got this division, Euclid division lemma. So whenever two numbers are given to you and asked by the teacher that you have to find the HCF of these two numbers by Euclid division lemma, you have to follow these steps in this way. It depends, it can have 2 or 3 steps, it can have more than 6 or 7 steps, but if you practice it, after some time you will become very much familiar with that. Let's now do example number 2. So what is example number 2? Example number 2 says that show that every positive even integer is of the form 2q, and that every positive odd integer is of the form 2q plus 1. You have to prove that this is even and this is odd. How you will prove it? Where q is some integer. So this q is an integer. You have to prove that 2q is an even integer and 2q plus 1 is an odd integer. You have to prove it. So for solution, you take let a be a positive integer. Consider a as a positive integer. Now you have given 2 here, so take it as b. So So B will be 2. So by Euclid division lemma, what will be the condition? That will be A is equal to, now Q is an integer. If you write in this way, what will be the value of R? That will be either equal to or greater than 0 but less than 2. So exact value of R will be 0, 1, but it cannot be 2 because it is less than 2 as per the Euclid division lemma. It can only be 0 and 1. So when we put this value, both of these values one by one in this equation, so A will be 2q plus 0, that means 2q. And you know, whatever integer it may be, maybe it is 3, maybe it is an even integer like 4. When you multiply it by 2, you will get 6, that means even. When you multiply even number with 2, again you will get even number. That means it is correct that it is an even integer. And when you put in place of 0 remainder R value is 1, then it will be 2q plus 1. As you have already proved, you have checked that 2q is an even integer. So when you are adding 1 to an even integer, whether it is 3, whether it is 4, 8, when you add 1 to in an even integer, you always get odd integer. So that means 2q plus will be an odd integer. So we have proved that it is true. When a be any positive integer by Euclid division lemma, if value of b is 2, by the lemma you can write down a is equal to 2q plus r. So our value of r will be either 0 or 1, less than 2. So you put this value of r one by one here, so you will get two equations. So by common sense, you know double of any integer is always even because you are multiplying it by 2. So this is even and this is odd. If it is even, it is proved. Then when you are adding 1 to it, so when you are adding 1 in an even integer, you will definitely get odd integer. In example number 3, students, you have to show that any positive odd integer is of the form 4q plus 1 or 4q plus 3. You have to prove it. So as in previous question, you first decide let a be a positive integer. So as you know, you are given with 4, so that will work as b for you, and q be any integer. So as per Euclid division lemma, a will be equal to 4q plus r, and you know value of r should be greater than equal 0 and less than 4. That means value of r will be either 0, 1, 2, 3, but cannot be 4. So now put these values here. So you have got 4q plus 0, that means 4q. Second case 4q plus 1. Third case 4q plus 2 and 4q plus 3. You know that 4q and 2 have 2 as common. That means it is an even integer. And 4q itself is divisible by 2. That means it is also even. So if it is even, when you are adding 1 to it, it means it will be odd. And if it is even and you are adding 3, an odd number to an even number, you will again get odd number. So we have proved that these two numbers are odd and rest of the two will be even. So odd integers are 4q plus 1 and 4q plus 3. So always you take b, the number here, q will be any integer, so you multiply it by division lemma, and r value will depend upon this value of b. It is always less than this 4, but starting from 0 you can take all the possible numbers, then put these numbers in place of r and you will get different options. Then you find out which one is odd, which one is even. Let's do example number 4. So as per example number 4, a sweet seller has two type of burfis, 420 kaju burfis and 130 badam burfis. So what he wants that each stack has same number. So she wants to stack them one above the other, and what is the maximum number of burpees she can arrange in each stack so that the area of the tray used up is the least, because they want that area should be least. So what maximum height you can attain, or what is the maximum number of burpees you can arrange in one stack, that depends upon highest common factor, highest number of values between these two numbers. If you are using Euclid division lemma and you are finding HCF value, that will be the highest number of the burpees that you can arrange in one stack. So that means if you are arranging maximum burpees in a particular stack, so area will reduce. So area will be reduced. So best is that you find HCF. For finding HCF, use Euclid division lemma method, as I told you earlier. So what is the, between these two, which number is bigger? You know, it is 420 is bigger. So this will be B, this will be A. By which number you will multiply, that will be closer to 420, and what will be the remainder? You can do it like this: 420, 130. So what you will get here, that will be the remainder. Next step is, whatever is B here, that will become A, and the remainder will become your B. So by which number you will multiply? 34 is 120. What remainder you will get? 10. So now your B will become A and remainder will become B. By which number you will multiply and what remainder you will get? So that means now you have got 0. It means this number 10 is the HCF of these two numbers. So maximum number of burpees you can arrange, that will be 10 when the area will be least. So the number of burpees will be 10. She can arrange them in the stack of 10. So students, real numbers exercise 1.1 after examples. So question number 1 is, it has got 3 parts. First part is, by Euclid division algorithm, you have to find the HCF of 135 and 225. So which one is bigger? 225. So you write down 225 here in place of A. By this Euclid division lemma or algorithm, 225 will be equal to 135. If you multiply it by 2, it will become more than that. So you have to multiply with 1. So what you will get? Subtract from this, you will get this remainder. Now this divisor here now become A, it will come here, and the remainder will become divisor. Similarly, it can be only multiplied by 1. So when you subtract 90 from 135, what will you get? Write down here. Now bring this 90 here, and that 45 remainder is now divisor, multiplied by 2. Now you get 90, so remainder will be 0. So you can see we got the 0. It means what should be the HCF? HCF is this, the divisor, the last divisor. When you got the remainder in the step, that 45 will be your HCF of these two numbers. Similarly, if you have to do second part, second part is 196 and 38,220. So it is a big calculation. Bigger number here will be equal to 196 multiplied by, so you want to find out the number, so you have to divide it on rough paper to find out. So you can see when you divide by 196, you will get 190 remainder 0. So here 195 plus 0. So in first step itself you will get the answer. HCF will be 196. The divisor is HCF of these two numbers. Part number 3. 867 and 255. So bigger number is 867. It will be 255 multiplied by suppose 3. And what should be the remainder? You can do it on rock paper and find out. So now this 255 will come here. This remainder will come here. Now you can multiply by 2. So remainder will be T1. So now this number will come here. Remainder will become divisor. By which number you will multiply and what is the remainder? So in this step you got 0. So this number will be the HCF of 867 and 255. So this is your first question on all three parts. Second question is, show that any positive odd integer is of the form 6 cube plus 1, 6 cube plus 3, 6 cube plus 5, where q is some integer. So for question number 2, as I told you, by Euclidean lemma, we generally see A is equal to BQ plus R, where value of R so this is your divisor, its value is less than B. So as you are given 6q plus 1, so take B is equal to 6, so your number will be A is equal to 6q plus R, where R will be less than B, that is 6. So value of R will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That means you are having A is equal to 6q plus 0, that is 6q. Second number will be 6q plus 1. Third number will be 6q plus 2. Fourth number will be 6q plus 3. Fifth number will be 6q plus 4. Change the values of R every time. Now these are the numbers. Whatever the integer here in place of q, when you multiply with 6, it will become even. For example, you can consider it if it is 3, q is 3, when you multiply with 6, definitely when your even number is multiplied with odd or whether it is even, you always get even number. So that means it is even. So 6q is even, 6q2 plus will be even, 6q plus 4 will be even. When even number is added to even number, you will get even. So only the case here, here and here, only these three numbers are those in which even number is added to a odd number. So definitely we have shown that. So you can write down that 6q plus 2 and 6q plus 4 are even. So 6q plus 1, 6q plus 3, 6q plus 5 are odd. So we have shown that these three numbers are odd integers. Third question is, an army contingent of 616 members is to march behind the band of 32 members, and they want that these two groups are to march in the same number of columns, and the maximum number of columns they want. So maximum means highest, highest means HCF. So you have to find the HCF when you have two numbers 616 and 32. So question number 3 is, so when Euclidean lemma, what you will do? 616 is equal to, you have to multiply by which number? So when 32 will multiply by 19, you will get 608. So remainder will be 8. So now this number will come here and remainder will become divisor. So by what number you will multiply, and the remainder will be 0. When you get the remainder 0, so this number 8, that will be the HCF of these two numbers. So it shows that maximum number of columns is 8. this is the question number 3. After that you have question number 4. Use Euclid division lemma to show that square of any positive integer is either of the form 3m plus 1 or some integer m, for some integer m. Question number 4, it has got hint also in NCERT. Let x be any positive integer. So you have considered that x is the number which is positive integer. It can be odd or even, but it is a positive integer. So what is its form should be? So it can be 3q plus 1 and 3q plus 2. So that means the value of x will be it can be 3q plus 1 or 3q plus 2. Now we have to show that if we square it as per their question, the square of any positive integer is either of the form 3m or 3m plus 1. So first of all, select these numbers. Now you have to square it. So square it. So 3q square will be 9q square. You can take 3 common, then it will become 3q square, like this. You can write in this way. In the form of q, you can consider its value as m, so it will be 3m. Second part is 3q plus 1 square. As you know, that formula is a plus b square is a square plus 2ab plus b square. Apply that formula here. From these two numbers you can take 3 common. So here it will be 3q square plus 2. You can see 3 is common. So this whole number can be considered as m. So it will become 3m plus 1. So you can write down where m is equal to 3q square plus 2q, and here you can write down where m is equal to 3q square. So here you got 3m plus 1, here you got 3m. So last number is 3q plus 2 square. Again apply the formula. Because you have to take 3 as common, so you divide this number into 2 parts, 3 plus 1, 4. You can split this number into 2 parts. So when you take 3 common from there, you will get 3q square plus 4q plus 1, because 3 ones are 3, so 4, and then 1 will left, because 3 from 3 you have taken common and 1 will left here. So you can write down where, put this value m. So you got 3m plus 1. Either you are getting 3m or you are getting 3m plus 1. So we have proved that if we have a positive integer x which has got these forms and we are squaring them, always we get the answer in these forms. So in 3m and 3m plus n. And here you can write down that m value of m will be equal to this one. That is 3q square plus 4q plus 1. So in question number 5 we have to find q. So question number 5 is that let x be any positive integer is of the form. But don't use q here, because in question also they have used q. So you can write down 3m plus 1 and 3m plus 2. Let these are the forms of number x when it is any positive integer, maybe even or odd. Any of the positive integer can be represented in these numbers. So as per question you have to do the cube of the numbers. So what is cube of any number? Like first number is 3m. When you cube it, 3 into 3 into 3, that means 27m cube. You will get this number. You take 9 common. What will be here? 3m cube. So now you can write down it is 9q, where q is equal to 3m cube, as earlier as we have done in previous question. So now you can see its value comes to be as 9q. In case of second question, when you have to do 3n plus 1 cube, you should know the formula. What is the formula? So by using this formula you can do this question. So this is your A, this is your B. So when it is A cube means it will be 27 m cube. 3a square B means 3a square. So a square is 3 into a square into B by this. So you will get 27 m square. Write down 27 m square. So 3ab square means 3a b square means this. So you will get 9m. And final is b cube. That means 1 into 1 into 1, that will be 1. So you will get this number. Now you can see from here to here in these three terms you can take 9 common. So it will be 3m cube, 3m square plus m, and 1 will be here. Or you can write down 9 cube plus 1, where q value of q is this 3m cube from here to here, 3m square plus m. So you got the value 9 cube plus 1. The last term is 3m plus 2 whole cube. So we have to apply the same formula. Here it is 2. So again you will get 27 m cube. For this value 3a square b. So 3a square into b, where b is 2. So 3 into 9m square and 3ab square. So 3ab square means this square, 36m. And final is b cube. So 2 cube is 8. From here to here you can take 9 common. And all this value is equal to put 9 cube plus 8. So you got 9 cube, then you got 9 cube plus 1, and now you got 9 cube plus 8, where value of q is this 3m cube plus 6m square plus 4m. Now you can see you got all the 3 results which they want. So by this your exercise number 1.1 is finished. Please do your homework.